All right, so today we are going to learn how to do some basic lettering, and I would like both distance learners and in-class learners to be doing this along with me on a scrap piece of paper. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to draw two letter A's, capital letter A's, not too terribly big on your paper, side by side. And what we're going to do is we are going to label these serif and sans serif. These are the two types of lettering that you can do. A serif letter type has little marks or lines or dots on the edges of each point of each letter. Sans serif, this word sans means without. So for example, if you were sans perfume, that means you're without perfume. Sans serif means you're without the serif. So if you look at these two types of letters, you can see this is basically how we write each day. And these types of letters are a little more fancy. So what we're going to do today is we're going to think about some different types of letters that we could make that are serif type letters. So the next thing I want you to do is I want you to write the word art in all caps 3 times. And we are going to practice making some different serif type letters, okay? You've already learned one, which is making little lines on the end of each one. The next one we're going to do is dots. So on that first set of art letters, I want you to put dots. Now, one thing about letters is that the way that you make them can communicate something to the viewer, and that's really what we're trying to do here in art. One thing you have to be careful about when you use these dotted letters, serif type letters, is that they look kind of cutesy. So if you're doing a report that's about something serious like war, or maybe it's something like a health report on how drugs affect your lungs, probably not the one to choose. All right, let's go to the second one. On the second one, I would like you to try making these type on all the letters. So we're going to just take a simple line and put it on the edge of each little letter. This one is really classic. It can be used all the time. It's super easy and it helps your letters just look a little better. On the last one, I would like you to try to do what's called an extension. And for an extension, you just pull one part of the letter out. This is also a serif though. And we're going to try that on all the letters. You don't have to do it to every single edge, but go ahead and try to make your word art look interesting. You got to be careful on the T because it can look a little weird. All right, so let's take a look at if you learned something about serif letters. I want you to write the word art one more time. And this time I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to make your own serif type on this. All right, I hope you made something, either an extension or adding something. I'm going to add open circles on the end of each point. Now, if you're really into lettering or you just want to check some letters out, there's a great site called dafont.com. And you can download all sorts of letters and fonts that you can use on your word processing if you're into making movies or uploading things to YouTube and you are trying to create content where you want different lettering. You can go there and there's a bunch of free ones that you can use or get some ideas for your actual hand lettering. All right, before we go, I want to show you one more thing, and that is how you use the case of the letter. So the first one I want to talk about is the traditional letter typing, and we're going to write these all down here with the word art again. And traditional lettering is where you have a capital at the beginning and then the rest are lowercase, okay? So this we're going to call traditional. And if you'd please write this down on your scrap paper, that'd be great. All right, the second one is going to be another easy one, but it's using all caps like we've been using. And we'll just call this caps, okay? Gives it a little different look. And the last one, or the second to the last one we're going to use is all lowercase. All lowercase gives it a really modern look. Okay, and then the last one is varied, where you mix. So it doesn't matter which way you do it. For example, I have a lowercase, an uppercase, and a lowercase, and this one's called mixed. All right, now I would like you to now try to, somewhere on your scrap paper, write your name. My name is Amy, my first name is Amy, in some kind of interesting way. I am going to mix the letters, and I'm going to add a serif on mine. And you'll notice that just takes my regular old Amy to something a lot more interesting. And I'm going to actually add a little line underneath it because I like that. Okay? All right, so go ahead and try that with your name. I'll give you about 30 seconds, and then we will continue on to the assignment.